An important concept in programming is this idea of Boolean variables. Now, they're named for a mathematician whose last name was Boole, and Boolean values take only one of two possibilities. There's only two choices, true or false. And they're very useful. They're a very useful way to work with these indefinite loops. So a lot of times I like answer, just what I tend to use. Let's set answer equal to true, because we want to do something at least once. There's no point in writing a program that doesn't do something at least once. So let's print, you're the best, Mr. Fredericks. Who wouldn't want to hear that? Now let's check and see if we want to do that again. Again equals input, because we're asking for some words here. Would you like to see that again? Now we've got to check. And we're going to use an if statement here. So we're going to say if the first letter of again, and let's make it lowercase because then I don't have to worry, does not equal yes. Or excuse me, not yes, we're going to do y, because we're only looking at the first letter. So if I don't enter a y, what I'm going to do is answer equals false. Now what I want to do is nest this whole thing inside a while loop. So while answer, I don't have to do while answer equals true. All I have to do is say while answer, and it knows what to do. So while answer is true is really what it says. But while answer, print it. Let's go through what we did. Then say again. Would you like to see it again? Take the first letter, make it lowercase and again. And if I don't type a yes or yeah or something like that, answer equals false. It will then kick us out of the loop. So that's a good thing because we don't want this loop to go on forever and ever. We want to always try to avoid the infinite loops. So let's give this a run and see what it does. Got to save it. You're the best. Would I like to hear that again? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yellow. I even spelled it wrong. Yellow. Nah, I've had enough pats on the back for today. Now answer was equal to false, and it stopped the while loop, which is what we wanted it to do. Let me close that and go back to the program here. Now let's try another program, and again we're going to use the while loop and those Boolean variables to see if things are true. So let's do the main part of the program. Print. This program asks for your age. And so age equals get please enter your age. Now notice I put a phrase in there. We're going to deal with that in a second. What we're going to do is send that age up to a function, but we'll do something with that later. So we'll say if the age is greater than or equal to 18, and we can have two things in here, and the age is less than or equal to 67. Print you're a working age adult. So notice we have two conditions here. If you're older than 18 and less than 67, you're probably still working. Else, if age is less than 18, print you're not of working age yet. I mean, I know you can work a bit, but we'll just make it 18 for right now. else, so if it's not in that category, print enjoy your retirement. Now we have to deal with this get thing here because we didn't do anything with it. That's going to be its own function. Define get, we'll say phrase. Now there's nothing in phrase because we're going to send this string up to it. So we're going to use the sentinel, the Boolean variable, set it equal to true, check equals true. I think you have to do capital T, lowercase r, and u in Python. While check, it really means while check is true, but you can just get away with while check. Try x equals float input phrase. We don't have to ask for it. We already decided what the phrase is down below, and we could use this. That's the reason why this is very modular. You could just cut and paste this get phrase, this get function, into any time you need a float. And if I enter a floating point number, then make check false. Once check is false, you can get out of the while loop. But if I make a mistake, if I enter something incorrect, print that's not a valid number. And then once we get a valid number, we can return x. X will go into age, and we'll see if it works. So again, the main point I'm trying to make here is this is the Boolean variable. Check can either be true or false. While check is true, do some stuff. Try and get a number. And when I enter a valid number, check is false, and it'll kick us out of the while loop, send x back here to age, and then we just used a few if and else if and else statements to see what's going on. And let's see if it works. Billy. Nope, that's not a valid age. 124, quote. Nope, that's not a valid age. Now we can start to enter, all right, 45. And it's a working age adult. Or 70. That should be the retirement one. Yeah, and it's a good idea. Notice I'm checking all the possibilities here. I'm trying to debug the program. If that's one thing I can tell you coming out of this course is don't ever turn a program into a teacher or an instructor if you haven't run it several times first. If you haven't tried it with different variables to make it work. Because there's nothing more frustrating to a teacher when we run it and it just dies and we know the student did not try it. It's not going to help your grade in a college course either.